All right, we are back live on YouTube. How's everybody doing tonight? This is going to be a very brief impromptu stream to explain what happened earlier tonight on the live stream that I was doing with my girlfriend. I want to first start off by saying that everything is good, but there's a lot of explaining that needs to be done because I know there are a lot of people out here that do care about us, and I want to ensure everyone that everything is okay. And there's a reason why, things transpired the way they did, and I'm going to be sharing that throughout this brief live stream. It's probably going to last about 20 to 30 minutes or so. But before we get to all of that, hang on a second here. Hang on. Sorry about that. All right. Well, I just got a text message I had to respond to. It was semi-urgent, so I'm sorry I had to respond to it. And I also noticed that the notification went out. So the notification has gone out, and the back end of YouTube seems to be rolling smoothly. Okay. So the title of this brief stream is explaining what happened on my last stream and more. One more time, explaining what happened on my last stream and more. Sorry, I'm jumbling the words because it's pretty heavy and it's pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie, my feelings are kind of all over the place right now, but everything is going to be okay. I want you folks to know I'm a human being and things happen, and you just have to learn how to properly, deal with these things. And you also have to learn that when you're in a relationship, you don't easily give up on your partner. I love my woman with all my heart. And even after what happened earlier tonight, which I will explain here in a second, I love her even more. And I will always love her. I'm not the type of guy that gives up easily on anyone or anything. So let's get back to what happened on the earlier stream and give you a little context to lead up to it. For the last 2 months, my lady has been unemployed. She lost her job unlawfully. We've explained that throughout the various streams that her and I have done. If you want to hear more about that, there are plenty of streams. You can go back on, this channel here, go back in the archive and, listen to and watch the streams that my lady and I did. So I'm not going to explain exactly what happened. But for the last 2 months, my lady has been unemployed and she's been, seeking, for employment. And in the meantime, everything is fine. She's getting paid unemployment insurance and, she had some savings or has some savings and has, she has some stock options and stuff, and she has enough money to survive. And I helped her, situate all of that. All I'm going to say is this to the trolls that come in here and, talk a bunch of smack. You're just going to get banned. Either Nightbot's going to get you or I'm going to get you. So, say what you got to say. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter because I'm not upset. My lady's not upset. But we just want to put it out here and explain what happened. And you're just bored off your ass, sir, and just want to, want to just have a little fun. It's not a big deal. I have the balls to come out here and share my truth and share with people what really happens in relationships. A lot of times, people never share these things, right? And my lady and I want to share as much as possible so you folks know that, hey, when you go through these things that we go through, it's perfectly normal. And you just have to learn how to work, through these things, right? So anyway, give me just a second here. YouTube's kind of changed things up in the chat. It looks like the chat's going from the bottom up instead of the top down. And so it's the same thing when you display the chat on the screen like I do over here on the left. So even though my lady's in a good position financially, she's got plenty of money to survive off of until she gets the job that she wants to get. The number one thing that constantly keeps coming up when her and I talk that affects her is the fact that she feels she lacks having a purpose. And, I've tried to tell her time and time again, you have an amazing purpose. You're working with me and you're coming out here and we're helping people get a better grip on their lives. We're helping uplift people from, a negative, depressed state to a positive and happy state. And that's one of the best purposes you can have. And while she loves being out here and helping me do this, she said time and time again, until she gets a job on her own that makes her feel happy, she's going to feel like she's lacking a purpose. And, the thing I've been trying to tell her is that, I respect the fact that you're a woman and you've been liberated and you want to find your dream job and feel like you have a purpose. But even when you're not working, you have a purpose, right? And I don't want to come out here and say that I feel, women's lib has affected women in the ways it's affected my lady, but I think it kind of has. That's just my opinion, So, because of that, my lady, has applied for some jobs. She hasn't gotten the job she wanted yet, but she's in progress of getting a job that is a dream job. And she has an interview lined up for that. But in the meantime, she's trying to do some odds and ends type of jobs to bring in some more money. And what happened earlier tonight is, hey, babe, how you doing? Respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Are you laughing at the trolls, babe? I'm just kind of curious. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. What happened earlier tonight, she received a phone call while we were live on the air. And I heard her ringtone go off over the air because she doesn't use a headset. I have to get her a headset for her phone or get her a working laptop or something to do these shows, because unless she puts your phone in do not disturb mode, if you're on a StreamYard panel on someone's live stream and your phone rings, it's going to go right through if you're using speaker. And she ended up taking a phone call. She recognized the number, and the phone number was from a lady that provides stud services. And one of her dogs is not fixed. And every so often, this lady calls her, to use her unfixed dog as a stud service, right? And she gets paid like $500 for it. And so when she did that, I didn't know what was going on. She came back like a couple minutes later, and I was just hanging on live on the air. And then she told me that, she had to take that call, and it was, to make $500 for, her unfixed dog being used for stud services, right? And I'm not going to lie, it triggered me. It did. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and, try to play it off like, I didn't get triggered or anything. I got triggered. I got a little bit upset. And that's going to happen to the best of us, right? It's going to happen to the best of us. And, I ended up killing the stream because I felt like her taking that phone call and making money, taking that phone call to make money while we're live on the air, I felt honestly, I felt disrespected. I'm not saying that you did disrespect me, babe. I've had time to think about it, and we did talk, after the show, but that's how I was feeling at that moment. I'm not going to lie, I overreacted. Now, am I still a little bit unhappy about her doing that in the middle of the show? Yes, because it's a professional show, and you would never see that happen in the mainstream media. Like, that would just never happen, like on a live show through the mainstream media. So, I mean, do I condone that? No, but do I understand what happened? Sure. Do I understand what her intentions were? What's more important to me is her intentions. And she told me after I killed the show shortly after that, because I didn't feel like running the show anymore. We'll probably end up doing that show sometime next week because it's a great topic that needs to be discussed. Give me a second here. But, I talked with my lady afterwards, and she said, I needed to jump on this opportunity. It's an older lady, and if I don't take her call, I could be missing out on a $500 opportunity. And I was saying, babe, you could have called her back later or blah, blah, blah. And I said, it sounds like you're prioritizing this over, running this business here with me. And I can understand you have to prioritize your stuff. But when we're live on the air, it's unprofessional for the phone to ring, hear the ringtone ring, and then you vanish all of a sudden for a few minutes to take a business call. And then she said, I did it for the both of us. That's money for the both of us. Now, I believe you, babe. I believe her intentions are pure. And I believe her head and heart is in the right place, and it was in the right place. But just because I know that about her, okay, and just because she knows she's that type of person and I know she's that type of person, that doesn't mean you folks out here, the public, the court of public opinion, knows that. And that's why I wanted to come out here and share this here tonight. Because in lieu of that show happening, regarding resolving issues, in a relationship, this is a real life issue that happened while we were live on the air. So doing this, show to explain what happened is almost better than the show we were going to do. If that makes any sense at all. You know what I'm saying? But there's a reason why, my lady was I felt my lady was kind of a little bit off tonight. I could kind of tell she was really tired. And I could tell there was something going on that she hadn't told me. And that's another reason why I killed the show. So I asked her to tell me, what else happened today that you didn't tell me that's affecting you, because I'm your rock. I want to help you work through this, right? And she told me that she was mentioning on the stream earlier, and she had told me this earlier today before we went live on the earlier show, that she met up with a friend that she's known for a long time they haven't seen each other for a while, which is what I'm trying to say. And, the one thing she didn't tell me, they went and had lunch, and they had a great conversation. And they also said, we're going to do this once per month, hang out once per month, do lunch, and keep in touch with each other. But what my lady didn't tell me is that about a year ago, this lady that she was hanging out with, that she's known, since her daughter, my lady's daughter, and this other lady's son went to junior high together, 7th and 8th grade together. They were very close back then. And this lady she was hanging out with today, that she's known since those days, tried to commit suicide a year ago. And my lady told me she didn't want to tell me because she didn't want me to worry about her. And I told my lady, you got to tell me these things because it's going to affect you. And had you told me this, I would have canceled the show tonight and we would have done it another time. Like, I'm really trying to be respectful to my lady. I'm really trying to be an understanding man. I'm really trying to be there for her regarding all of her wants and needs. But if she doesn't tell me certain things, not because she doesn't want to tell me, she's not telling me these things because she doesn't want to tell me. She's not telling me these things because she doesn't want to worry me. She doesn't want to affect my business and my life in any way, shape, or form. And what I tried to tell my lady, interesting. We're getting all these stupid comments on Coach Eli 2 on other videos, probably from the same super troll. And, I just, ban you folks. I mean, it's just really stupid. It's not even worth it, right? So she's not telling me these things because she doesn't want to affect me in any way, shape, or form. But I've been trying to tell her, if you not telling me these things affects me more than you telling me initially. Because I want to take your thoughts and feelings into consideration. And if we don't do a show tonight, like if we didn't end up doing that show tonight, had I known what she didn't tell me earlier, we could have done another time. When you love someone, you listen and you understand, right? I always say women want to be heard and understood, right? And I do the very best I can to listen and understand where my lady's coming from. But if she leaves things out, I'm not a mind reader, babe. I'm not a mind reader. I try to, figure out how you're feeling at times when you're not sharing everything that you're currently feeling because you don't want to affect me. But I'm not a mind reader. Like, I'm not going to assume things, right? So that really hit her. Also, my lady told me, while she was out of her area, she had to go out of her area to get an oil change and a tire rotation because she got a really good deal on it. I helped her get a good deal on it through Groupon. And while she was in that area, she also decided to, visit the gravesite of a guy that she went, I think, to high school with. Babe, I think it was high school or grammar. No, I think it was high school. And I think this is the guy you told me that passed away in an auto accident. And he was a really, really good guy, and you two got along really well, right? And it really hit her, right? It really hit her. So, number one, she dealt with hearing about her friend attempting suicide a year ago, and her friend never reached out to her, right? So that hurt. I understand that. And then, she went to the gravesite of another friend that died in an auto accident, I believe was in high school. Now, what we haven't gone public on, and I'm going to do it now because I want you folks to really understand how much my lady has been dealing with emotionally and how strong of a woman she is to even have any strength left over to come and even do that stream with me earlier tonight. Yeah, I mean, baby, I don't know why you're saying that. I'm not seeing anybody troll unless you're seeing things I'm not. Are you you're talking about those grammar through sophomore year. Oh, okay. Thanks, babe. Yeah, you're talking about those comments. Baby, let them leave all the comments they want. We can just ban them and delete them. These are people on the internet, babe. They're digital characters, right? I'm not doing this stream here right now, to appease the trolls and the haters. I'm putting this out here for the people that truly care about us and are worried about us. And I'm letting them know that, hey, everything is okay. Shit happens, right? Okay. So I'm going to mention one more thing that I kind of semi-mentioned, but I'm going to mention it now because I really want you folks to understand how strong this woman is, and for her to even have the strength to come on and attempt to do that show earlier tonight that I cut off. It blows my mind how strong this woman is. And that's why I'm never giving up on you, babe. I'm going public here live on the air and saying I'm never giving up on you, ever. Yeah, sometimes, baby, sometimes it gets a little intense, but that happens to all relationships, right? But I will tell you something. This past weekend was my girlfriend's daughter's engagement party. Neither her nor I were invited to it. And, I was there for my lady. It was pretty hard for, throughout parts of the weekend, but I was there for my lady. And she worked through it like the champion she is, like the champion you are, babe. And that was, I believe, on Saturday. And on Tuesday, my lady got a text message from her mother saying that her mother had a stroke on Sunday. I think it was a minor stroke, but it was a stroke. A stroke is a stroke, folks. It's a serious thing, right? And when my lady called me and told me about it, she called me right away, and that was the right thing to do. When my lady told me about it, the first question I asked is, why didn't anyone from your family reach out to you and tell you about this on Sunday? Why is it 2 days later and you're just finding out about your mother having a stroke? Because if anything happened to anyone in my family, we would know, all of us would know right away. And quite frankly, and I'm not trying to take anything away from the stroke. A stroke's a stroke. It's a serious thing. I'm not trying to devalue this or be insensitive, but I told my lady that this is bullshit, that not a single member of your family that probably knew about this within the hour or less as it was happening didn't call you to tell you. And that hurt her. And I don't blame her, right? This woman that I'm with, some people may question why I'm with her. There are a lot of issues. No, there aren't a lot of issues. She's a beautiful woman. She has the biggest heart and soul in the world. She's good to me, right? But there are some things that she's experienced in her younger years that I'm not going to talk about, that have affected her. And what I can say, this is not her fault. She has been put between a rock and a hard place. If I was in her shoes, I don't know how I would have handled what she's gone through. All she wants is to be happy with her family. All she wants is to love her mother, her father, her daughter, her son, and everybody in her family. And because of some things that have happened, and I'm not going to get into it, and the things that have happened don't even necessarily directly involve her family. It involves other people messing with her family. We're just going to put it that way. Hey, Sifu Smo Dion. Dee's a wonderful woman. She is a wonderful woman. And Dion, listen, brother, I'm not mad at you, bro. And I wasn't talking about you earlier, man. I was talking in general. I really want to help people like you and other people become stronger and better men. I've got a lot of love for all of you, man. Seriously. You see, bro, I'm not going back to my old ways of YouTube. You still have your mod wrench. You're still a part of the group. I still have love for you, bro. But I'm the kind of person that I give tough love, bro. Because I got tough love, growing up. And I'm glad and thankful and grateful. I'm grateful and thankful that my father, God rest his soul, gave me tough love. Because if he didn't, there's no way in hell I would be able to handle this right now in the ways I feel I'm handling it, respectfully, professionally, and maturely. Or like my lady's username on YouTube, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. There are a lot of women that have gone through what my lady has gone through. A lot of guys come out here and say, oh, there are women that play the system. There are women that play the role of the victim, right? Yeah, there are some women like that, but there are women out there that are actually victims. There are good women out there that are actually victims. And I wholeheartedly believe and know that my woman is a victim. She's a victim of circumstance and a victim of abandonment and a victim of abuse by many men. And it all stems back, to her childhood and her teenage years and her early to mid 20s. Throughout, her first relationship, and some of it has to do with her husband. I'm not going to get too far into it, but she is a victim. And she's trying so hard each and every day to prove to everyone that she's worth it. And babe, I'm here to tell you, you are worth it. You are worth it. I've been trying to tell you that for the last 9 months, that you are worth it. Maybe one of these days, if there's one single thing you're listening to me regarding, maybe it'll be that. You are worth it. As long as I know you're worth it, that's all it should matter. We have each other. Yeah, it sucks that right now your family's kind of shutting you out for no reason. Well, you and I have talked about what we think the reason is. And actually, the reason has nothing to do with your family. It has to do with other people that are, in my opinion, I'm just going to say potentially blackmailing your family. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally, my lady says, but I'm a survivor. And furthermore, she said, that's not my card. I've never once said that you have played the role of the victim. You are a victim. I know you're trying to not play the role, and I know you're trying to not even say you are a victim, but you are a victim. I'm a man coming out here, a real strong, decent man, saying you are a victim. It's not fair what you've been through. And if no one else on this planet, including your family, doesn't stand up for you when you've done nothing wrong, I'll stand up for you because I love you and I care about you. That's why I wanted to come out here and put this publicly here today, because I have no shame. I have no shame. This is who I am. This is how I feel. This is the kind of person I am. And this is how much I give to people, and I don't give up on people. If my lady and I can work through this stuff, you folks can work through anything. You see, Dion, here's the thing. If my lady and I can work through this stuff, listen, bro, I understand you're going through your things, and I know what you're going through is scary, bro. But if you had to deal with half of what my lady and I are dealing with in our relationship, you would flip the fuck out, bro. And if I was your age, I probably would not have been able to handle it as maturely as I have now. I've grown up. So I get it. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally says, I'm beautiful and broken, but what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. You left out the me, baby, but that's okay. I'll fill it in for you. How's that? We fill in each other's sentences anyway, right? We are at 33 minutes. I got to start wrapping this up soon. That freeze? What happened? What happened there? Huh. Give me a second here. Can you folks still hear me? What happened to the chat? Do. Give me a second here. I don't know what happened to the chat here. Give me a second. There it goes. I don't know. I might have glitched out for a second. Let me make sure that this is still going through, because I saw some glitch happen, and that's unusual. Give me a second here. Can you folks still hear me? Yeah, it's working. Damn, the audio sounds pretty good. I'm still in love with my Shure SM7B microphone. Hashtag Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, baby. Hello? You're saying hello, baby. What are you saying hello to? Is it not going through anymore? Hold on a second. You're making me want to check again. There it goes. I don't know. I might have glitched out for a second. Let me make sure that this is still going through because I saw some glitch happen and that's unusual. Give me a second here. All right. I think we are back now to normal. Baby, what was the hello about? Anyway, I think I pretty much said everything I had to say. Things happen, folks. And, sometimes when you're in the heat of the moment, oh, it's you. Okay, babe. I got you. Thank you. Thank you for making me aware of that. There is a little bit of a delay. So it's like about a minute delay. So it's taking a while to get your responses, but we're good. Song quotes. Okay. Fair enough. Things happen, folks. And when you're live on the air, sometimes you have a reaction. And once you put it out there, you can't take it back. I've actually learned to just say it is what it is. I am who I am. My lady is who she is. And we have no shame. And nothing is going to break us. We're going to make mistakes at times. And see, for me, I'm very big on quality and professionalism. And yeah, I like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I snapped earlier at my lady because I wanted to create a professional show. I really, really want to represent her and I as best as possible because we truly, wholeheartedly are good people. When these things happen, some people take things way out of context. And then, people talk and then they talk smack and then it just kind of dilutes the actual positive message, right? So for me, when I come out here, I try to create the most professional streams possible. And that also includes with my guests. And when something like this happens, I go into protective mode because I start to think about what are people going to say about my woman taking a phone call or her phone ringing in the middle of a stream, then her taking a phone call and doing business. And honestly, I really shouldn't care. And I really don't. But I have a protective nature and I know what she's been through. And I don't want her to go through any more pain. And that's why I'm trying to do the best I can to represent her and I as best as possible when we do these streams. And when there's a hiccup, it just makes me feel like, the court of public opinion will blow it out of context and then my lady will end up seeing it and it'll hurt her more. That's the truth of the matter, babe. I'm just trying to protect you. That's what good men do. Good men protect their woman. It's a part of our biological nature as a man. And if we didn't feel the need to protect you at times, or most of the time, or all the time, then you should question why we're with you, right? But nowadays, because women are independent and they're liberated and they feel the need to have a purpose like you do, babe, it makes it challenging to be a man. It really makes it challenging to be a man nowadays. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. She goes, don't care. My lady says, don't care. I'll say this. I'll wrap up by saying this. I'm really proud of how well my ladies handled the court of public opinion. I'm really proud of how well she's been ignoring trolls and haters like I have lately. I'm really proud that no matter how difficult things have been for her lately, she keeps fighting through it. And you know what, baby? Here's the thing. When it appears like I'm fighting you or coming at you, I'm not fighting you. All I'm trying to do is protect you. That's what real men do. Real men that love their women protect their woman at any cost. Yeah, but I'm wise to these beta female dogs. Yeah, I get it. I get it, babe. They're going to have a field day with what happened earlier, but we don't care. Plus, whenever anything happens now, babe, I just come back an hour or so later and do a stream like this and just come out and say it, right? And you're in the chat. You're in the chat. I could bring you on, but I don't want to do that because I want you to relax. But you're in the chat with your mod wrench. I'm here live on the air and we're talking about it. And hey, that's what I do. When things happen, I tackle things head on, whether it's YouTube or real life. I tackle things head on. I don't drag things on anymore. Back in the days when it came to YouTube, something would happen and something would happen. I would just let it go and not tackle it head on. And then people would talk about it for days, right? Now I just come back live an hour later, explain what happened, own up to it, and move on, right? And that's the best thing you can do. Own up to things and move on. My intentions on the former stream was not to belittle my lady or attack her in any way, shape, or form. All I wanted to do was run a great show with her and show the people out there how amazing and strong and role model of a woman she is. Wow, my lady's in a really interesting mood tonight. She's saying, bring it. Baby, I would not antagonize people because they will bring it. Trust me, they will bring it. You don't want to antagonize anyone. I'm not here trying to antagonize anyone. I'm here to diffuse things. Just to also update you folks, I'm not quite sure if my lady and I, if our original plans are going to stick. This has nothing to do with what happened tonight. We're going to do something this weekend, but we may go somewhere else instead of where we originally had planned to go. I'm just waiting on, a few of my friends and business contacts to contact me and let me know, because we were going to end up heading out sometime tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon. But because I haven't heard from my contacts yet, everything's kind of on hold, which is no problem, not a problem at all. Things happen, and it is what it is. And if things don't pan out this time, they'll pan out the next time. That's just the way I look at things. You got to take things with a grain of salt. But get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat, folks. I'm going to be going off the air in a few minutes. there's no other place on the internet where you're going to get it as raw and real as you get it here on the Coach Eli network of channels. Here on Coach Eli 2 and on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. And my lady and I truly want to help as many people as possible turn their lives around and snap out of depression, become happier within yourself. We want to uplift you to happiness and greatness. But like I've always said, you have to be open to the help. You have to be open to the help. You must participate in your own rescue. And check out my live stream from my other channel I did earlier, my Walking with Purpose live stream, episode number 315. You must participate in your own rescue if you want to turn things around, because I can't help you. No one can help you. No coach or therapist or doctor or anyone can help you unless you're willing to participate in your own rescue. You have to want to make that change before anyone can help you. And you have to allow us to help you. All right. We should be back live. I don't know what happened. My OBS software froze. I don't know if it had to do with not restarting my system after the previous stream. I'm going to wait and see here after the delay goes through if it starts up again on my phone. But I don't know how much of that you folks caught or where it cut off. The delay is about to end, so now we got another 20 seconds before it goes out to YouTube. So I'm really sorry about that, folks. I just don't know what's going on. It must have just happened. I saw like a black screen. Here we go. Anyone can help you, and you have to allow us to help you. All right. We should be back live. Okay. Yeah, I saw where it left off. Okay. Yeah, babe, are you still there? Let me know if you can hear me and see me. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally says, all I have to say is before you judge me, look in the mirror at who you are projecting at. Let's talk about that before we go off the air. Again, I'm sorry, folks. My OBS software froze. I mean, I've got a top-of-the-line laptop, 64 gigs of RAM, 8-core, 16-thread, i9, 5.3 gigahertz processor, the works. But even then, sometimes things glitch out, right? And that's because, I didn't restart after my previous stream and didn't feel like restarting everything. So I guess that's why it happened. But anyway, I think we're okay now. Let me know, babe, if you're still around or if you can see me there. But yeah, this is the thing. People are going to always, not always, but hang on a second. Oh, there are a lot of people reaching out to me behind the scenes that are worried, and I'm like, everything is okay. Everything is okay. Let me run my show, for Christ's sake. It's nice to hear people care. Now they said okay. Person that reached out to me. There are going to be people that are going to project. Those are the people that just aren't ready to make the change yet. Those are the people that just don't want to own up to their mistakes or, what they're lacking, right? Those are the people that look at other successful people or other happy people and try to knock those happy people down just because they're not happy, right? And then you try to help those people, and what do? They attack you because they know you're right. And the only card they feel they have to play is to try to kick you down, so that way they can appear better than you when they know you're better than them. And people like myself that are in a good place, we feel for these people. We're not even trying to compete with these people. We're not trying to be any better than them. We just want them to be happy. That's all. But anyway, folks, I'm going to get on out of here. I updated you folks on everything. Babe, I will give you a call in about 10 minutes. I just need about 10 minutes to wrap things up. And we'll briefly talk before we go to bed. And everything is all good. So there you have it, folks. You heard it from the horse's mouth. My lady's been here in the chat with her mod wrench the entire time. We are good. We're not breaking up. We're in love more than ever before, right? You tell me, babe, if you see this in the chat before I shut this baby down. We're stronger than ever before. Every time something like this happens, all it does is brings us closer together and makes us stronger, right? Like my lady says, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Kelly Clarkson, right? Kelly Clarkson. I'm waiting to see if my lady says anything. I think tonight, after I'm off the phone with my lady, I think I'm going to take an Epsom salt bath. I could sure use one. Epsom salt baths are great not only to loosen up tight muscles, they also relax your stress, and you get magnesium in your body that is good for you. So anyway, I think my lady may have already left the chat and is waiting for my call, so I'm going to get on out of here. I want to thank you all for taking the time to hear what I had to say. Again, don't worry. We're all good. I'm sure there are people that are going to spin their own narrative as they always do, but hey, that's okay. It's to be expected. It's YouTube. It's a court of public opinion. When you're a public figure, that's what happens. So have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. And as always, please be good to each other. Bye-bye.